Thank you, Boone. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the UT System, Mark Udolph.
Thank you, Chairman Huffines, and I, of course, want to echo the Chairman's comments about our gratitude for this incredible gift. It's unbelievably generous, and Mr. Pickens and Madeline, you know, it's an enormous investment in the future of medical research in Texas. I want to offer our thanks, and I want to express my gratitude and that of the UT system for the confidence you have placed in these two great institutions. There's a strong foundation in place here at Southwestern and also at MD Anderson, one that rivals or better any medical research center in the world. And I say that without exaggerating. It is good or better as any medical research center in the world. Investing in the next generation research at these two giants is something akin to launching a rocket from the moon or a space station instead of from the Earth. The stars are easier to reach because you begin a lot closer to them. And this gift from the foundation and Mr. and Mrs. Pickens has enabled this to happen. We're justifiably proud of the work done at UT Southwestern and MD Anderson. We appreciate your generosity, and we are assured that Texans well into the future will share that pride, and long into the future, they'll reap the benefits of the research that is done here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark and James and Paul. And in just a few seconds, I'm going to ask Boone to come up and say a few words. First, however, we would like to present a few mementos of the occasion to Madeline and to Boone. First, Paul, if you could come help me with this. We have a collage of photographs of the wonderful T. Boone Pickens building, which we would like you to take back and enjoy. If you're wondering where the Pickens building is, you came in its front door and you're sitting in it right now. And if you have time, please wander through all 14 floors of it. It's a wonderful building, 800,000 square feet, largest research building ever constructed in Texas. And we're very proud of it, and the people who work here are doing great work and will proudly put the Pickens name on their letterhead henceforth. In addition to pictures of the building, we want you to be able to come anytime you want. Sometimes the building's locked at night, so we want to give you a special key. And so, Paul, if you would give that key to Boone. If it's locked, you can break the glass and get in. And so that's the key to the Pickens building. And we want Madeline. We want Madeline to be able to come into the building anytime as well, and that's perhaps a bigger key than Madeline would like to carry around. So we have a slightly smaller key for Madeline to wear and be able to use if she wants to. Thank you both so much, and Boone, we'd love to hear from you.
Kern, thank you. Great day for Boone and Madeline. Let me tell you just briefly that when Bobby Stilwell and I talked about this, I don't know, it's been not a year ago, was it? Yeah, about a year ago. And we talked about it, and we had a model to get $1 billion for $100 million. And said, well, let's get Kern and Paul over and talk to them about it. So it was kind of just like that. We called, and it wasn't long, and said we had some serious talk about, and they know we're serious guys, so they came over, and and so in the conversation as we talked, we said we got a model here that you know, we want to split first the $100 million between UT Southwestern and MD Anderson, because I have a long relationship with Anderson, and Kern said, well, you live in Dallas, though. And I said, I know, Kern. But anyway, as we talked and we had the model, I said, well, we don't know. We may have a better model than that. So good, if you do, that's fine. And so we shook hands and they left, and I said, how long will it be? You think it'll be till they be back, Bobby? He said, 2 days. It was 2 days. But anyway, they were back, and then we, as it expanded and everything, we liked their model. I think they'll beat 25 years by a number of years, and I think that Kern or his successor, I have all the confidence in the world in the people here at UT Southwestern that whoever replaces Kern will be as good as Kern or better, and they'll go right on with whatever, but they'll figure out some way to get into that $1 billion before 25 years. I can tell you that. One other business that we didn't, Paul, and I missed it in my notes, and I don't know whether really you can even, I don't know why I'm looking at you. I should be looking at Kern and Chancellor Udolph over here. They're the ones that I'm focused on now, and James. I want to make some kind of deal with you when the University of Texas, I don't want any ups on anything, but when the University of Texas isn't playing Oklahoma State, that you all are for us. Okay, let me tell you, I formed a foundation last year, and I did it because I wanted to start to increase my focus on, I wanted to diversify my investments and outside the traditional business world and into the philanthropic marketplace. And my objective is to invest in programs and initiatives, people who can have a real impact on this country. You all know I don't know anything about medicine. I know enough about it that I want to stay well, so Gene Prinkle watches me very, very closely. And he called me after my last physical and said, I've got some good news and some bad news for you. And I said, okay, well, give me the good news first. He said, you're going to live to be 114. And the bad news, he said, you won't be able to hear or see. But I have invested in health and medical research and education and treatment services, and I've witnessed firsthand the great work that's done here and at Anderson. I know they're world-renowned institutions, and in giving the $50 million to each, $100 million in all, will be leveraged to a $1 billion program, which I've already said a couple of times. But how could I turn down 10 for 1 on my investment? I never had a deal like that before. So if I could get $1 billion for $100 million, you say, well, why didn't you take more of it? I know, that's your question.
It's still open.
Yeah, there's still another chance. But I did want to create a model for what can be accomplished in philanthropic giving. In doing so, I think we're redefining as we know it now, and as importantly, we will. I think there'll be more people pick up on this idea. Now, we've done it one other time. It didn't get much attention, and I'm not trying to give it attention here. Just saying that I know that that there are going to be others that are going to come in to you, and they're going to say, okay, I've got $100 million. I want $1 billion for my deal too, and we all now know that we can do that. And so I think it's all, it's a great return on my investment. And I think, Madeline, you have anything to say? I've already said we're going to reach the objectives. There's no question about that. But I do think that you'll accomplish it in less than 25 years. And that's good. I mean, that's what we want to do. So I think it says, let's get out of here.
We appreciate very much the media turning out and wonder if there might be a few brief questions from the media. Yes.
How are you setting up this fund? I know when you did the Oklahoma State gift, you reinvested back in some of the BP capital funds. Is that happening here, or is it a whole new creation?
No, and answer that question, and that was a gift I gave to OSU Athletic Department 2 years ago. And that money did come back into BP capital. This one, Paul Bass, I think Kern was there too, said, why don't we do this? You make a gift to us and we'll invest it back with BP capital. And I said, no, Paul, that I have thrown the ball before and caught it. And I was younger. And it wasn't for Oklahoma State, it wasn't for UT system. So I said, this one, you get the ball and you guys make the money, but none of it comes back to BP capital. They were just one of those.
Good question. Other questions? Well, if not, we're going to now proceed to the entry to the T. Boone Pickens Biomedical Building, where there will be out front, it was covered when you came in, the new signs that announce the name of the building, and there will be an opportunity for photographs there for the press who might want to do that. So thank you all very much for coming. It is a great day for UT Southwestern, for Dallas, for Texas, and for all of us.